Hey gang, welcome back to Digitized Heroes, the Monster Hunter Adventures. How's it going, everybody?
It's going.
It's going.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Going
I don't know what
on.
else. Yes. Sure. Hi.
Trying to get this
Hello.
hair curl to behave, and it's not wanting to do it.
Never.
Love it.
Not
That's
allowed.
why hat. Artist has
Aha.
an ice rain storm for the
Yeah.
next few days. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed
It's
to get that
gross.
too.
oh yeah,
It's gross
So
everywhere.
I have
All of the United States is currently experiencing weather.
Yeah,
Definitely doing that.
Fucking right.
I don't like it.
so under my desk I have an
Well-
ottoman and an electric blanket. So I'm
Cozy.
prepared. I am fucking cozy. I'm cozy.
Cozy AF.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Hope crossing my fingers I'll get off work tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. We never know.
Same here.
Fingers or toes. Fingers or toes. Here, I hope it goes.
You know what will get you off of work tomorrow? Arson. Arson will get you out of work tomorrow. Just saying.
No, arson's a felony.
Only
We
big
don't
only
condone that
if
sort of
you
activity
get-
here.
Caught. That's quitter talk, Hayes.
Okay, Aladdin, Jesus.
Huh, but
Very livable principle. My husband is a testament to that.
Though, very true. Very true. Yep.
Yeah, no, look, I'm a little bit more genie and a little bit less Aladdin, but there are definitely some street rat principles right here. Oh.
well,
Definitely.
Alright, you guys want to be unhinged maniacs with me?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
do
Do it.
Great.
alright, so last we left off, you guys were trying to put together a party to go either fight or rehome this dragon in a better place away from the farm.
Yes.
Eat the dragon?
Say what? Or eat the
What?
dragon.
Huh?
Or eat the dragon, depending on your perspective.
We're
there.
not eating the dragon.
They don't know that yet.
I don't know nothing.
Evident.
Oh, excuse me. Keep yawning. Anyway.
Big yawn.
Yes, so there was a baby dragon living outside of a farm, and our heroes were tasked with taking care of the issue. They went back to the Monster Hunter Guild. The Monster Hunter Guild's like, great, you killed it, right? And they were like, that's not what it said on the paper. And they rolled a nat 20 on convincing the boss that they still deserve to be paid for identifying the problem. So they, of course, got paid for identifying the problem.
And the problem was not, in fact, us.
No.
This time.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah. So anyway, they ran around. They decided to go to the Ranger Guild to get more information on baby dragons and what kind of dragon it might be, with the help of their new ranger friend, Buttermilk, also known as Paula Dang.
Hi, y'all.
Paula Dang would like to eat the dragon, not train the
Yes.
dragon. But
Baladang wants to eat the dragon.
yeah.
It's too young.
And the only other thing that you guys, that had been mentioned to you that might be helpful is maybe having a wizard in the party to try and get it from point A to point B.
Which I think
Yes,
we're all for.
good. Excellent. Yes, we like wizards. Why not?
Is there one that happens to be an accountant?
Like an accountant or an accountant?
Hey, I made that joke first and you got mad at me! I see you now.
I was making a joke, but oh no, oh no. Okay, that was karma. I was eating fruit and I smiled too hard. Jaw cramped.
Oh,
Ugh.
I'm sorry. Alright, so, getting into it, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we gotta find a wizard.
We're still in the Rangers Guild, right?
You had just
Correct.
left, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
we just left.
Oh, clarification question from last time, because I did drop that 2 AP on that spell, and we had talked about the possibility of keeping that reroll
Yes.
until we leave.
I was gonna say I will allow you to keep it through doing all of your prep work before you head back out.
10 out of 10. So I think the only person who used the reroll was
Smalls, no, Paladin?
No.
Paula
It was
Dang.
Paladin for the horse.
Yeah, I
the horse
rerolled
handler.
for my horse.
So everybody still has a reroll on any skill check. It's not good for damage, and it's not good for like output. But like if you're just doing a skill check, it is a free reroll. You're welcome.
Appreciate
Life finds a way.
you mother. Okay. Bringing up old wounds. Thanks for that.
Buckle up, pal.
We should also mention that Archibald is doing his best to save up for his horse, and has signed an agreement to make payments upon trying to buy that horse.
Yep. We're off to 30 out of 30,000, guys.
Of course.
30 out of 3,000, not 30,000.
Oh, I thought it was 30. I'm
No,
better off than I thought. Cool.
000.
Look at you! Look at you! Making progress
Amazing.
already, and we haven't even started.
It's always better than you think it is. Real quick,
Okay,
Hayes
so-
is both muted and deafened right now. Just,
Oh no!
yeah, it has happened again.
Hello.
It has no, still happened.
Whoop.
Hayes! Oh, he's noticed. Okay. Oh,
Hello?
ah,
Ah,
we can't hear you. Can you hear? I don't know why. Okay, first word sounds like. Exasperation. I got it.
hey! The secret ingredient is a heavy sigh.
I can hear you. Every time we switch over to Twitch, for some reason, Discord likes to mute me.
Sometimes permissions contradict each other, and if you have permissions to like hear, sometimes you have to mute the Twitch tab because like speakers only want to have output from so many sources. Sometimes
That's true.
guess.
Also,
I've had that
computers
conflict
panic.
before.
Computers are just big electronic brains, and I know how bad my brain is. They just panic sometimes.
Bro.
They're kind of like horses. They're just like.
Which is
Okay,
fair.
so getting
That's why I'm
back on
mounted.
track, what do you guys want to do?
I would like to retract my comment.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, good. Good. It was horrendous. Never mind.
We'll never know. Except for us when we go on break. I think at this point we're at going to locate a wizard for this mission, correct?
So do we want to go find a Wizard Who adventures, or do we want to go convince a wizard to adventure? Like, do we want a wizard of potentially dubious stature who definitely adventures, or do we want a definite wizard who needs to be convinced to adventure?
Now listen here. Behind Archibald Buthart is a lady named Eve Summers who has watched anime all her life and knows that it's always the wizard that you don't know if they're okay or not that makes for the best part of the party.
So back to the Adventurers Guild.
So dubious wizard.
Dubious wizard.
Yeah,
Great.
The Ranger guild leader had also mentioned, like, hey, if you want to go find a wizard for this, you could try the Monster Hunter Guild.
Which is
Oh,
where
yes.
we're going.
That's a
Where
great
you
idea.
had
The place
just
we've never
been.
checked before.
I mean, look,
Well,
sometimes
we
you
picked up the
just
ranger the
need...
last time, so then we have to
Sometimes-
go do a ranger quest. And
We
then
just
now
need
go-
to get out and stretch early. Just change the scenery. Just
Reggie needed
you
his
know.
exercise for the day, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For those just tuning in, Reggie is short for Reginald, which is the name of the horse I'm trying to buy.
You are buying. Manifest that.
Reginald and
right.
Archibald. All right, so we're gonna hoof it back to the
Listen,
Monster Hunters Guild.
Unicorn man.
Better than the read you gave me last week, Mel. I don't want to hear it.
Fair.
Our later listeners
But
could
we're-
not hear the eye rolls going on the screen. But they were very present, I promise.
Alright, so we are making our way back to the Monster Hunters Guild, which we've never been in before, according to the head of the Rangers Guild, to find us a wizard that'll help us with this dragon problem.
No, so it wasn't that she didn't think that you'd never been there before. She doesn't think you're adventurers at all.
Valid,
You
honestly.
look like babies.
Oh, that's so
We are
valid.
babies.
You are babies.
So valid. I'm just
she
a little.
was
I'm just a little guy.
Yeah.
Could a baby have this skincare routine? I don't think so.
Would a
Or
baby
is
have
it-
this much horn? No.
No.
Someone else handle this, please. I can't. I'm doing horribly today.
I think we should make our way back to the Hunters Monster
great
Hunters
idea.
Guild.
Let's do that.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Let's make our way there.
Wow.
We are capable adults in this game.
Don't you put that on me. Don't you dare put that on me. I don't want that shade.
Those are two very big assumptions.
Chronologically, maybe.
I was being facetious. Thank you.
So, Monster Hunters Guild.
Yes, let's go
We
there.
walk through the door and we look around. What do we see? There. Now we're officially in the Monster Hunters Guild. I moved us along. Congratulations.
Okay.
Initially, Archibald is looking for the quintessential, like, big pointy hat with stars on it wizard. Whether that's what they actually look like in this,
That's amazing.
he doesn't know.
You do,
Amazing.
in fact, see somebody with a tall, pointy hat covered in stars. Because I rolled a nat 20 on that question.
Wow. Somebody really
Oh.
leaned into that.
You can thank
Oh,
the green
man.
die. This is
Yeah,
Listen,
this is the Valen die, by the way, Mal. Different campaign, different character of mine.
Valen's not
Valen
sick of
says
my
there's a
nonsense
wizard
yet?
hat.
Or Valen's trying to hustle my nonsense along. That's what it is. Okay. So Ronan is gonna like kind of like look at Archibald and look at the wizard and look at Archibald and look at the wizard and look back at Archibald and be like, are we
yeah, you're the knight by rights. Like, you're the one that approaches the wizard.
where is the wizard? Table, bar?
He's sitting at a table.
You can do this. Just King Arthur this shit.
Yes, but which King Arthur?
Uh,
Oh no.
you watch Archibald just like glitch for a second,
no.
like
The one in Quest for Camelot.
I mean, my dice said Monty Python, so
Oh shit. Okay.
we had 3 different sources, so hell yeah.
Is there a drink in front of the wizard?
No, he appears to be knitting.
Knitting.
You could have. I don't suppose any of you.
As
No,
a fiber artist, out of game.
Uh-huh. If you make me answer technical questions, I will cry.
No, it's fine. I just need to put forth that I am a fiber artist out of game before I do this thing.
Okay.
No.
Oh no.
Ronan is going to slide into the chair next to the wizard, start with a nice hat, and then go, "Oh, are you crocheting?"
This
soul
wizard,
hurts.
who is somewhat feminine, similar to Ronan's style, has very shaggy, long red hair that's kind of cut into layers. It's a little bit Florence and the Machine going on there, with this blue hat, silver stars going all the way up it. That is very clearly also knitted. And he looks at you and just looks at you for a really long moment.
Is there something on my face?
So this little gray cat comes up and pats Ronan's shoulder. He meant knitting. Slip of the tongue. Hi, friend. How are you today?
We are not friends. I don't know you.
Neat. Okay. We're trying to recruit. And would you be interested in first off, would you happen to be a wizard?
Why you think I wear pointy hat?
Okay. Valid, very valid. Would you be interested in moving a dragon with us?
A dragon. You find dragon. We have been in game for, 3 days? You find a dragon?
Yep.
How big dragon?
Little.
Oh.
Baby.
Disappointed.
It did eat a whole cow in one bite. So, like, Little's relative.
You find layer?
This feels like a technical conversation. And Ronan stands up and just kind of like grabs Archibald by the shoulders and plops him into the chair, scoots the chair in, and goes to the bar. It's like, boop!
Archibald, do you want to interact at all?
Yes, I apologize. I was making a clip out of that fiber artist moment.
And you were going to send it to everyone in the weaving tent.
That needed to be saved for posterity. I am so sorry.
That needed to be saved for Beth, who was going to tease the crap out of me all summer. I know exactly what you're doing. I see your game.
Yeah, it's called Quest. Ta-da.
Okay.
My soul still hurts from
Can I get a quick play-by-play of what just happened? I was trying to pay attention to two audio sources at once.
Dude is somewhat cold.
Amazing.
Ronan identified that the questions dude was asking is a little bit more technical than he was willing to handle. So he picked Archibald up and set him in the chair.
Willing.
Just fully like hands clasped at chest, full Sojo style. Just, huh.
Yep.
Hi. Hello. I'm Archibald. Pleasure to meet you. What is your name?
Hello, Archibald. I am Mariska.
Jessica. Lovely to meet you. What, we would like your help relocating this dragon. It is very young. Don't want to kill it. It just needs to be relocated to stop eating a farmer's cattle.
What is in it for me?
Say that one more time.
What is in it for me?
Well, the job does come with a payment of 100 gold, which would be obviously split among our party. But seeing as you're technically a freelancer in this situation, I'd be willing to give you some of my portion, so you get a little bit more than the even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 share.
Kyle makes pretends to be a horse, like does horse gestures in the background, like what are you doing? Why are you giving away extra money?
So essentially, normally, what the cut of the 100 gold divided between the 5 of us would leave you with a portion of 20 gold. I'd be willing to give you 5 of my portion of 20, so you'd be walking away with 25 gold from this.
Kyle sighs exasperatedly in horse.
So, I'm going to be trying to see if any feathers fall off of this dragon, because it is a feathered dragon. Now, no parts of it seem really magical. Some of them do. This one does not.
Cool. Feather.
But the feathers are really useful for fletchings on arrows. And if we collect any of them, you can sell them for even more profit.
Nah, I do not do arrows.
Essentially,
I could sell. I mostly do wands, and you realize that he's knitting using 2 wands.
Genius.
Wonderful. Spectacular. I love it.
I have questions.
What are you making?
I'm making robe. To match hat.
Excellent. I love the hat, by the
I
way.
need new
Quite a
yarn,
good fashion
so
statement.
maybe I do this for you, so I get the gold for more yarn.
There you go. And like I said, any feathers that fall off this dragon can be also sold for gold accumulation. And all that can go towards yarn.
We split profits between 5 of us?
Yes, and as I said, for your help, I would be giving you a portion of my share as compensation for you helping a party that you are not technically a part of.
And your friends, you promise you ask no more questions about crochet?
Why, you're knitting.
Correct.
I had a grandmother once.
Smell actively crochets.
Angrily.
Mal, I'm sorry, I saw an opportunity and I took it.
No, it's all good. I'm glad you had a grandmother once. It seems like a terrible habit. I'm glad you broke it.
I had a grandmother once. Once. Shall we dangerously
We are all
this?
players here, yes?
Yes.
What do you do outside, in outside world?
Oh, I make YouTube content.
Oh, I see.
I'm mostly on Instagram.
Well, what kind of content do you make?
Well,
I film my cat and bring
Oh,
awareness
I love cats.
to.
What kind of cat you have?
I have a pockets gestures to their face. I have a gray or Russian blue, a Scottish fold.
You have a Russian blue.
It's that gray that could be blue, but it's a breeders came up with it. I had no.
It's fine. I am not Russian.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay, cool, neat.
We are
Very...
we are mostly American here, so.
That's a very Russian thing to do, just as an out-of-game note. So is lying about it. So Mal is not convinced.
I have Russian heritage. I have to play a little into it, I suppose.
Oh, neat.
I do cover music outside world.
Oh, word? What kind of what style do you go for? Do you like metal covers or?
I like to do Disney. I get good content boosts from those, but my favorite is classic rock and roll.
Hey.
Rhoda now secretly suspects that they are adventuring with Chase Holfelder.
I'm not sure Chase Holfelder knows how to do it. He might know how to crochet, though.
He definitely knows that.
I'm messing with you.
I don't know if I'm insulted or Chase Holdfeather's I don't know which way that went, but I feel like I lost.
Well, it's being put on blast for no reason.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, so you say you wish to relocate Dragon. Where we put Dragon?
Yes. Ideally somewhere with an accessible water source, somewhere with a good lake or a pond, somewhere it can get easy access to water, to food, and not seek out the easy food option of branched cattle. I think the person said they're usually located up higher in the mountain, if I'm correctly, looking to the others.
We go hiking?
I mean,
we could ask. We could ask Marlon, or maybe not the boss because he's busy, but somebody, if there's a place where there's a bunch of small nuisance monsters that's kind of out of the way, so that way the dragon has more food. We might be able to get 2 bounties at once.
That's a really good idea.
Kyle goes to look to the board to see if there's any please get rid of this infestation of miniature owl bears that escaped from a rich lady's farm in the mountains kind of quest.
Well, I rolled a nat 1 on that.
Yes!
So no, there are no requests quite like that. But you do say something that does mention a pond. Excuse me, I apologize. My throat is bothering me the last couple of days here. You do see something that does mention a pond, that there is a situation where they think there might be some kind of predator there in the water or something to that effect.
It's not the same place, right?
It's not the same place.
Okay.
It is a good clip
looking
away from where it says to go for the farm location, though.
Okay. I mean, with how this character gets rolls, absolutely.
What are you talking about? He came in clutch because he was just counting cows forever.
Look, if a bit's perfectly good, I'm not going to let it die. So Kyle's going to take, or Rona's going to take the quest thing down and go ask Marlon more about it. But I realized that I started a scene in the middle of the scene, so you guys want to wrap up and do the thing and then join me at the bar.
Okay. So basically just relocate it somewhere. It's going to have easy access to prey, easy access to water, so we won't have a reason to go down out of the mountain. The biggest issue we're running into is how to transport it. If we just stick and carrot this and lure it away, which might be a little hard because it's been snacking on cows for how long, and it might be oh, that's an easy food source. Why would I leave this? Or if there's an option to, potentially with your magic, to transport it, that would be easier. But I leave that to your discretion because you're the wizard. Clearly,
I've been
with that.
here 3 days. I know about as much as you do. But I do have teleportation skills, so.
That's perfect. That's perfect. What are the confines of your teleportation skills? Do you have to have seen the place before, or
Yes.
anything like that?
You have to be in the place to set up teleporter, and then you can set up another teleporter, and they connect.
So in theory,
term. I gotta find the move. Hang on a second. Nope,
I believe in you. You can do this.
You make portal. The actual move, I'm not going to read this in accent. You conjure a portal of any... He opens up the book and reads this off to you. You conjure a portal of any shape and orientation that is no larger than a door. It appears at a location of your choice nearby. The portal looks like a window to whatever's on the other side, and its edges crackle and spark with energy. When you cast the spell again, the new portal automatically connects to the previous one.
Are we gonna run into the size problem again?
Spell is
You're
not
run into the
gonna
size
work
problem.
for our means because the door won't be big enough.
I was like, we've had this problem before.
Come up with a new plan, bro.
I was gonna say something. Give me a minute. So,
No!
he reads that off to you, and I think that you all realize very quickly that that's not going to work. The dragon's not going to fit through a normal person-sized door.
That's just how we know.
You said baby dragon. How big can be?
Well,
Pretty sizable, actually.
You know what? No, Kyle's not there. Kyle is not there. Kyle is at the bar talking to Marlon. This is amazing.
It's pretty sizable. Like, it was about the I'm trying to remember how big it was, because I know it was taller than me at my 6 foot height.
No. That's much bigger. That's no good.
Yeah,
Well,
like, if we're talking like an
I
average
do have
person...
teleport skill, but it takes half of my energy for day.
Do you have anything that shrinks things?
I do. What is it called? Hang on. I have stretch, but I don't think it does it on animals. I've been learning skills.
Well, it might work on an animal, but sometimes animal and monster are two different categories, so that could be the way to, like, sort of cheese it. And that phrase comes out of a Unicorn Man, which is really funny in my head.
Yes. He's flipping through his pages in his notebook, and he does have stretch. But it says choose a nearby creature or object that is no smaller than an ant and no larger than a horse. So you would have a problem with that as well. But you do have the option of no larger than an elephant, but again, the dragon might be bigger than an elephant.
Yeah.
So you can't necessarily stretch the baby.
well,
That was a good thought. But I wonder if there would be a way to potentially use potions for this. Like, get it to eat something with a potion in it so it ingests, like, a shrinking potion. Then it's small enough to go through the teleportation door.
I do not know potions.
I
I could not help with that.
Am I over-engineering this?
Say what?
Am I over-engineering this?
well, we are trying to find alternatives, so it's fair. And we don't really know the limitations of this place, do we?
How does dragon behave?
Like a predator. Like a bird of prey, for the most
Like a
part.
cat.
And like a cat.
Like a cat, okay. So it chases things.
Yes, it's easily activated by movement happening in any direction. And its hide, while feathered, is hard enough to where, like, Pockets' claws couldn't scratch it.
Mm.
You see that? Wasn't like that earlier.
What if...
They are rounded nubs now.
They may grow back. Maybe when you sleep.
Maybe.
Sorry, though.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, I have, like, a sword back here. I just wasn't smart enough to use it.
You can just forget in the moment. It happens. It totally happens.
I was banking it was a wolf or something, like a dire wolf.
Well,
But-
I wonder if
Ew.
perhaps we could make laser pointer, but with some kind of magic.
Then you see Archibald open up his notebook and start going through it.
You make it chase laser pointer up mountain. Or chase one of us up mountain.
Who would you say is the fastest out of all of us?
Oh no.
Horses.
Oh no.
It definitely
Well-
ain't me.
Oh no. Does it go off of the character in the game or the body in the pod?
Because theoretically, I could run on all fours. May not be ideal considering my physique, but technically, I think I can do it.
Archie slides down into his chair and he's like, my people are known for speed. No.
Oh, look at there.
He said horse and I'm legitimately part horse.
I was not referring to you, I meant actual horse. You get on horse, you ride horse. You ride horse up mountain like Skyrim.
I got lost in the woods in that game.
How you get lost in woods? You have map?
I toggled something and it was gone. I didn't know how to get it back and I panicked.
Oh lord.
Fun fact for the crowd, that actually happened to me in Dragon Age.
I love
Fun fact for the crowd.
Dragon Age is one of my favorite game series ever.
I wanted it to be mine, but guess what happened?
You toggled something and you lost your map, so you weren't able to find your way out of the woods?
Got lost in the woods.
I was paying attention.
But he goes, I do have the ability to turn into like a horse and do that. Yeah, this animal form thing. No smaller than a mouse and no larger than a horse.
When you turn into horse, you can get horse from box outside. Whatever that is.
I am not putting Reggie in fucking danger from this.
Get a different horse!
I'm not putting any horse in danger from this. I'll put my own life on the line, fine. I'll respawn. Might just hurt. Really bad.
I mean, the pain receptors isn't that bad. I can't believe we're humoring this. I need a drink. Excuse me.
No, sadly, I don't think any. As he's like going through the notebook, like reading and rereading abilities, like I don't think anything of mine is going to be helpful here, honestly. Wild font just makes stuff come out of a container forever.
This still said we make laser pointer. And with that, I'm gonna switch over to Mal, who wanted to go talk to Marlon about potentially finding a spot on a map.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodden's gonna explain the situation. Like it's yeah, so Archibald is thinking that we find somewhere to relocate the dragon to, but like I don't like we found a wizard and the wizard was gonna teleport the dragon or us or I don't know. But anyway, we were thinking about trying to find a place to relocate it to, and then we realized we might be able to like two birds one bush this situation if we take the if we find some place that like has like a pest problem, because it's technically a baby dragon. Like it's eating cows, but like if it has like little things to chase and play with and eat, you know, like a cat, then it'll probably be occupied, especially if it's like out in the outskirts. So I found this quest and I didn't know if that was like a less populated area that might be suited for this, or
yeah, this was just something in the water that was messing with campers, I think. So nobody lives there long term. We just have to, you know, let our guys know not to go near it for a while.
So we'll just put like a sign in, like camp at your own risk, * dragon. And then we don't have to worry about the liability.
Yeah, we'll put up some trail markers to warn people.
Yes, trail mix. Excellent.
Yeah, sure. He goes back to cleaning the glass.
Why not?
Okay. So Kyle's like, comes back over. Ronan's like, it's a campground apparently, And as long as we're careful with the trail mix, then we should be fine. We just gotta let everybody, know that there might be a dragon in the area.
Did you mean trail markers? Because it sounds to me like you said trail mix. Did you say trail mix?
I heard trail markers.
I like trail mix. I like the ones with the chocolate in it, though. But, like, I have to eat it in the dark, otherwise I'll just pick out the chocolate.
Oh, bless your heart.
So, yeah,
It is.
so
It's fun.
I don't know. I feel like we need a counter on the screen. Bing!
Mariska
I'll
is
just make myself up with, like, a
staring you
flipboard and
down,
just
by
hold
the
it up.
way. Staring you down
What?
again. Mariska is staring
Ooh.
you down again.
Utterly and totally oblivious. So I think this is close-ish. I should probably go check on that. I'm gonna go check on that. So he goes back over and talks to Marlon just to get the location.
Yeah,
Pulls out his map
Marlon
and
will
asks
be
for
like,
the.
oh, it's right over here, and like circles it on your map for you.
Yeah.
It
But Kyle's
is-
gonna leave again, so you guys can have more conversation without Kyle.
It is
No,
a good
give me-
like, it is a good clip away from where the farm is, in the opposite direction from the Monster Hunter Guild.
Okay.
So it would be kind of a hike to get it up there.
Ote.
Mariska
So
is going to lean
teleporting
over
is out of
to,
question.
hang on, Paula Dang and Buttermilk, and say, I'm sorry, I did not catch your name, but your friend. He is very pretty, but he does not have many brains.
Oh yeah, honey, that elevator don't go all the way up to the top.
I don't think
My name's
elevator, I think it might be
Buttermilk.
stairs and missing a few on the way down.
He's a few crayons short of a full box, if you know what I mean.
It's not a missing stare. He's just an idiot.
precious. He's just precious.
Is he good
But
in
he
battle?
does
Have
come
we-
through.
He's
Oh.
not going to get us killed. Not going
No.
to pet the dragon.
Not that I know yet. I just joined the group, so I'm not knowing
Oh, you are
too
new.
well.
Okay, well, we're on
I'm
the same
new.
page.
Yeah, we're on the same page. He is just precious and pretty to look at.
Guys, I have another idea. Like, tell me if this sounds really stupid or not, and it might. I have this ability called Wild Font. Touch a container holding food, water, or oil, and for the next minute, the container summons a surplus of its contents. It's only 1 AP, so if I just keep spamming it, and we use that to lure the dragon away, I still got 7 left. That's only 7 minutes of it, though.
We Hansel and Gretel dragon. Do we know if it will go for bait?
Yes. I watched Ronan do the old, like, distract, run away method.
Right, but that's
So it can be distracted.
Okay.
Very much like a cat. It can be distracted. I wonder if it can be induced into play then, like how you would dangle like a string in front of a cat. It's not intelligent enough to speak, but it's intelligent enough to hunt without making a noise. I'm so sorry, turns to pockets. Is this insensitive to you?
No, it's valid.
Okay, like I apologize if any of that was out of pocket. I didn't even think before speaking.
Out of pocket? Really?
Sorry, I'm trying.
There it is.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to problem solve on this, and I'm making more.
Archie, I'm shitting with you. It's fine.
Really?
Yes.
You sure?
Sweetheart, you will know when I'm upset. It is
How?
not the time. Okay.
How will I know? How will I know? People lie about that shit.
Okay, so I'm Canadian, right?
Uh-huh.
When I start cussing, that's usually when I'm upset.
I'll try to keep that in mind, but I'm from, like, Michigan. It's every other word.
And you
I
are
do
the
not
most
know much
polite
about Canada,
Michiganian
but I have
I've
seen
ever met.
Letterkenny,
so-
they curse all the time. All the time.
They do curse all the time. But that's rural Canada. Is it different than where you live?
I don't know.
I am from like the farming area, so rural is it's a majority. Um but we don't where I'm from F bombs aren't every other word. So
Oh, I see. Not like where I live at all.
we're polite farmers where I'm from.
So, like, my question still stands. Do you think, like, especially because it's young, could it be induced into, like, play chasing? Not necessarily just chasing for food?
You say it
I
behaves like
mean,
cats. You might be able to.
It feels like
yeah,
a combination of cat and bird, and both are prone to play.
I mean it seemed that way because when I was up close and personal with it, it seemed more curious about me. It was trying to figure me out. So,
That also tracks for
and
the bird part.
yeah, so you wouldn't happen to have a giant ball of yarn on you, would you?
No, I have used most
you
of
with the
it
trick?
in my robe, and I would have to undo it all, and I'm not sure it would chase a string. Sorry, that sounded a little Italian there.
Fair enough. Um, all right. So, what would be the equivalent of a laser pointer?
If there wasn't so much canopy, you could use a magnifying glass and just create that dot on the floor with it and make it chase that.
Maybe. I don't
Magnifying
really have a
glasses
lot of
exist in here?
what?
Magnifying glasses exist in here?
Probably. I mean, if
They should. This is not
glasses,
complicated technology.
yeah. I mean, telescopes were a thing way before, like That's how cartography came to being. I
Then
mean,
that could then that could be an option for the laser pointer is use a magnifying glass to create that pinpoint of light on the ground if we have enough like clear enough canopy to get sunlight.
right. Can any of us conjure light, just in case?
I can't, unfortunately.
Well, I'm not magically inclined.
I think that is
Most of
more
my
of a
stuff is blocking
magician
out light.
skill than a wizard. I will not be heartbroken if you go to find someone else, though.
Hmm.
Still feels mean after we did all this talking to you though and interrupted your crocheting.
My what?
Oh, you're knitting. You're knitting. That was a small slip up, not an Archie slip up. You can just make the yarn and don't do shit with it.
It's not crochet.
I just make the yarn. I don't do anything with it.
I don't suppose you've met any higher level wizards, have you?
No, I have spent most of the time meeting other wizards, gaining more skills. So I have little things here and there, but I do not know many magicians. I am mostly wizard.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a scan of the room and see if like. Okay, so wizard obviously had the pointy hat. So what does magician say? Archie,
Cape?
you idiot. He's looking for a cape and a top hat.
Okay, give me a roll.
Archie, you moron. I love you.
I'll roll too.
I've been doing digital dice. Let's see if it's still gonna work. Oh, it's a 10.
Point better than me.
Okay, so neither of you can outright just spot a magician in the crowd.
You wanna do this one? To pockets like that guy. Right there. There's a rabbit hiding in that hat. I just know it.
You just hang on a second, and you watch Mariska, who is 5'9". He's not super tall, but he's not super short either. He stands up and stands on the coffee table in front of him and shouts, "Are there any magicians in the room who want to go move dragon from point A to point B?" How are you guys doing with
That-
him shouting that?
Well, that's the way to get things done.
The anxiety has taken over. Archie has slunk off his chair and under the table,
Yep. It's
trying
direct.
to just disappear from this moment.
Oh, sugar, it's okay. It's
Oh,
okay. You'll be fine, sweetheart.
no!
Uh,
I'm trying not to throw up.
so
Well, if you do aim the other direction, I don't want you to get your throw up on the shoes.
Gotta remember that. I don't think I'm gonna say where it goes though.
It takes a few minutes, but eventually someone does walk over, who is also a player. You can very clearly see that they are wearing a player's notebook on the side of their waist. And they say, I'm sorry, you're looking for a magician? For a what now?
Dragon Quest.
Okay.
So all right, so this started with we were going to a ranch to see what was happening to cattle. Turns out it was a dragon, like a fledgling dragon. Like it's approaching adolescence, I think, and we're a bunch of soft hearts. So we don't want to outright kill the dragon, and we also think killing the dragon is a little bit above our level grade. So we're trying to play it safe, but we're also trying to help this rancher, right? So we're thinking if we just relocate the dragon into like more into the mountain area where there's water and, other prey, it'll settle over there and leave the rancher alone.
Okay.
We're taking notes on its behavior, kind of cat, kind of bird, kind of and we're thinking, and this might be where you could come in if you're interested. We're trying to manifest a laser pointer like strategy to lead the dragon away into said area. In case, trees interfere with the sunlight or something, at least there will be a guaranteed light source through, say, a magnifying glass or a telescope, a glass structure, things and stuff. So is that feasible upon your repertoire of skills?
It's also a bit of a hike to get the dragon to the relocation area we're thinking of, so you'd have to be able to maintain the light for a decent amount of time.
There we go.
I hate hiking. Here's the thing. I can do the skill called Scintillate, which is kind of like a laser pointer, and it's free to use. I went very heavy on the mayhem side of magician. So causing chaos is my thing. But I'm kind of squishy. I don't know about, the whole dragon thing. Also, what's gonna stop it from following us back down the mountain when we're done?
So it's like a baby dragon. Like it's small. I mean, for a dragon, but like it's got like little floof everywhere, and it really likes to play. Like when we went up and tried to investigate what was eating these cows whole, because like who does that, right? So anyway, Pockets is all like, I'm gonna sneak up on what's in that bush, and then I'm gonna attack it, and then Pockets tried, and then it was like, surprise, I'm a baby dragon, and we were like, oh, that's a baby dragon, okay. And then the baby dragon was like, oh, you're moving, oh, you're moving, oh, you're moving, hang on, you're moving. And then I was like, wait, take the leg of that cow that I didn't eat, because baby dragon doesn't have table manners yet, right? Right. So take the leg of that cow that he was eating and then throw it into the woods and we'll run after it. And then we took the leg of the cow and threw it into the woods, and it ran after it. And Ronan would like to use the ability War Story and get those 2 AP back.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Very good.
The Ronan being so smart.
Okay, so income-wise, what are we looking at?
20?
Ronan, you also have a new quest slip that if you handle both by putting this dragon there, would add another 50 to your total. So,
Individually or cumulatively?
cumulative. So the total for dealing with the dragon and putting a dragon in that area with the critter in the lake would be 150.
Archie's just doing this.
Which does not split
How about-
between 6 people.
What?
Which does not squeeze out evenly between 6 people if you're bringing all 6.
It does if we're only bringing 5 and the wizard does not come.
Do we want the wizard to come?
I don't know. He was saying, like, not a whole lot he can do to be helpful.
Didn't you say that he wouldn't be heartbroken?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will not be heartbroken. I am right here.
Thank you for having this conversation with us. So, how about full share of the relocation crest rewards with a 10 gold bonus?
So that's how much?
So that's 30 altogether?
Isn't that just a fifth of it? So wouldn't extra 10 be 40?
I mean, if you're doing math correctly, then yes.
I do generally do math correctly.
Well, then look, if you want us to also hire you as our math guy, that's going to be a whole nother negotiation.
charge
Our
extra for
final
that, buddy.
order is 40.
I charge extra.
For
Right,
no, that's what I said.
Ronan, give me a roll really quick.
We're going on charisma here.
That's actually a 19.
You
Ooh.
recognize very quickly that their banter back and forth with you is not disinterested. There might be a little bit of flirting underneath the math talk.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
So Ronan, all right. Okay. So well, like I was saying, that would be a whole nother negotiation. But we can talk about benefits.
For those of you listening along, Mel just threw one of their braids over their shoulder like a hair flip.
It was glorious, by the way.
Yeah, like I wanted to do the whole like magnificent hair toss with the hand going through it, like to do the waterfall cascade, but like I'll just screw up the daddy fan.
Been a minute.
It has. But yeah, so that's Ronan's shot.
Oh, hot as shit in here.
Just a little way.
So listen, I get that you guys are trying to do this. I don't like that you don't have an exit strategy. So, here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out. I would love if we bring the wizard with us.
Okay, no problem
All
with
right,
that.
because at least we can get through the telehole.
Teleport back. That's the exit strategy.
So what do you know, buddy? Can I see you? And she basically, without even like asking him to hand it to her, she kind of just takes his notebook and starts flipping through. She's like, "Damn, you learned a lot of things."
Hey. Okay.
Check
it out, like,
she gets
Resident
into
Safety's
teleport
upset.
stuff, and she's like, "Oh, cool! So you can make a portal. Cool. So here's what I'm thinking: we make a portal up in the mountains. We make a portal down on the ground. Dragon can't follow us through the portal. When you're done with the portal, you get rid of the portal. We pay you out of the fees.
Yes.
So 150 divided by 6 is 25 each.
Sounds
Yes.
good.
Right? No?
Is that right?
I said it before
About
that it
6, yeah.
didn't equal out evenly.
I don't think
It's
that's
like
right.
6.4, so
I
it's
don't
like.
think that's
be like-
right.
Oh wait, I did that wrong.
And
That's
then
bad.
I get another 10. That's what I was hearing.
5.
7.
What did I say? I'm sorry.
7.
7?
Done.
She's haggling with you.
Oh.
Or they're haggling with you, excuse me.
6.
They stick a hand out to shake. I assume that was a handshake motion.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
I can't high five you through the camera yet. Technology's not quite there yet.
Alright, and they shake your hand. They're like, great, done. When do we leave?
We could do it now, I guess. Right?
ASAP. Right after this break. Right after this commercial break, 'cause it's 9 o'clock.
But you don't have to take my word for it. Ba-dum-bum.
They also lean over and are looking at what Mariska is working on, because Mariska's been knitting this whole time, and says, oh, nice crochet project, and just walks away.
Hurts my soul.
You
This
started
poor
it.
Every time. I did.
This.
I did.
And with that, it is about 9 o'clock. Why don't we take our 15-minute bathroom break?
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need a break. Just a little one.
Aces.
Mariska gives a deep sigh, and we go off for our quick bathroom break. We'll be back in like 10 to 15 minutes.
Heck yeah.
Alright.
Go team.
Go team!
Go team.
Go team.
Huzzah!
We're
Full speed
back.
ahead.
I think my coffee's cold.
Welcome back,
Hi.
everyone.
Yes, we
What
are
up?
back.
So now
In black.
you have a party of 6
So
going
many
to
people.
relocate a dragon.
That is a lot of people.
Such a bad idea.
No,
Wait,
no,
sorry.
you got this.
I'm gonna put the Lakey back in the box. Alright.
Nah, it's perfect. Nothing can go wrong.
And nothing could go
Can't go
wrong.
wrong. Not a thing. It's gonna go perfect. We're gonna have a great time.
Sure.
We're all gonna be safe, and we're all gonna
We're
have
gonna
a great
have a
time.
good- What in the Jesus Christ was that?
Everything's fine. I switched
We got
to
this,
a
we got this, we
weenie.
got this.
It's fine.
So we have a plan of action because our magician lovingly gave us an exit strategy for once the dragon is relocated.
Yeah, magician was like, I don't want to get eaten today. Thank you. No, thank you.
That's valid.
Fair.
Totally valid. Totally valid goal for the day. Not get eaten.
It's a
All right.
eat or be eaten kind of world.
But I believe first things first, we do have to trek to the place we want to relocate it to because our wizard, Mareska, will need to know what the place looks like to be able to make the portals, correct?
He will need to make the portal while he's there.
Okay.
And without it connecting to anything, it'll just be like an empty door frame, essentially. So once he makes the second one, it will connect to something.
Do we want to start with the one at the new location or start with the old location?
We should probably go to the new location and scope it out first.
Okay. So
And
then I
warn
believe
That's smart.
anybody who might be camping there that they shouldn't be.
wild
Or at
animal
least be
relocation
prepared.
process.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a bit of a trek, and it is getting to be afternoon now. The amount of time that it would take you would probably leave you getting there at night. But they have said that area is a camping site. There's just something in the water that might eat you.
So we
It
just don't go
can-
near the water.
It can try.
So we just don't go near the water.
So no turning into fish.
Not this time.
Not today.
Not this time. Yeah, we haven't had a rest in between, like when we initially went out and now. So I've not recovered any of the
started
ABI
at the
things.
beginning of the day and went out to do the quest, and then have had to run around to the different areas
Yeah.
to try and figure things out. So you would be getting there, but it would be like approaching nightfall or just after nightfall when you arrive there, if you want to go straight there.
So, how does everyone feel about camping?
Sure.
I love camping.
Do you have tents? I don't have tents.
I think I do. Let me
I do
check.
not. I mean,
Let me just double check my
Usually I
inventory.
just use a blanket and a pillow, but y'all want tents.
Oh, I do have a tent, and I'm willing to snuggle if nobody minds. But
I will not snuggle with you, but I will share.
I mean, I guess.
I'll cuddle.
He says with a total like smile on his face, like joking. Like, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, how many of you guys picked Brow's tent in a tin for your extra item? Anybody else? Nope.
Not
I
this
didn't-
character, man.
I went with magic rope.
Is it something you can purchase like fairly easily?
You'd have to find.
Yeah, does the monster-
essentially.
The Monster Hunter Guilds doesn't have like a college textbook like store that sells like, you know, snacks and basic accoutrement and then like Monster Hunting 101
probably
books
go
for the
ask.
courses.
At like a 30% markup.
You probably go ask.
Yeah, but-
I don't think you know.
That should be an orientation.
They don't
That
have
should be
an
in freshman orientation.
It should be.
This is like a
This is the
fancy
worst
club
college.
where your coworkers occasionally just turn up dead. Like, it's not a fancy thing. But you
Attack
could go
on
ask
Titan,
Marlon.
anyone?
you
Neither
could
is a
ask-
college bookstore.
You could go ask Marlon. You could go ask.
I
the boss
will go ask
upstairs.
Marlon. My favorite barkeep who is probably really sick of talking to me today.
So you are a delight, Ronan.
Give him a
Garlon
good
is
gratuity.
helping somebody, and he sees you come up and just gives this deep sigh in the middle of a sentence to someone else. And finishes giving them their drink and goes, "Okay, what do you need now,
He
bud?"
loves you so much.
We were just wondering if there's like a shop that the monster hunters like preferred, or like there was a place to buy stuff like immediately around here. Just kind of keeping it shop local kind of thing.
We usually, refer people to local businesses, but they're, back in town, so it would be a train ride into town and then back, hypothetically speaking. I mean, you could check with the boss upstairs, see if he's got anything in the lost and found.
Okay.
Or, I don't know,
That
you
doesn't
might know
sound
somebody
good.
who'd lend it to you.
That doesn't sound like a terrible idea to mail at all. Let's go do that.
What do we find in Lost and Found?
So, do you all head upstairs to the lost and found?
No, so you're keeping the party together. At least Archie's going. Yes.
Yes.
I'm
I'll-
gonna stay. Buttermilk's gonna stay right there because she knows that she'll just sleep on the ground. She doesn't need a tent. So she is happy just holding down the table that we're all sitting at.
I'm here to support my friends. I got a tent in my inventory. I offered Snuggles. I was rejected.
Do you happen to have the notes?
Not
By
completely
Barest?
rejected.
Tent on a 10? Do I have it open in my notes? Oh god, there's so many things. Oh, never mind. We don't need to do that. Brell's tent in a tin is a colorful tin canister that's magically pressurized. When you unlock the canister and set it on the ground, the lid blows off a few moments later, deploying a large magical tent that can fit 30 people.
Oh, so we're good.
None of you have to
It's a
sleep. We don't have to get
circus
the lost
tent.
and found. It's massive. Jesus. 30 people?
That's insane.
It also says that sound cannot escape the inside of the tent.
How do you pack it back up?
A switch on the side of the tin teleports the tent back inside and closes the lid. It's in the notes.
That's a very important question.
There's a switch. It just packs itself back up.
So
Can you imagine that for fair? Jeez Louise.
I mean, Brell has
Nope.
apparently made a lot of things in this setting. There's also Boat in a Box, Charismatic Couture, Limitless Ledger, Magnificent Morsels. I mean, there's a bunch of different
Step 1,
things.
get a box. Step 2, cut a hole in the box. Step 3, put your boat in that box. Sorry. Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary just happened. It's fresh in my head. Okay.
I would just like to mention
So-
that Brell's Magnificent Morsels is absolutely in my brain a nod to Turkish Delights from oh god, what do you call
Narnia?
it? Narnia. Because it reads,
Nice.
a tin of 10 delightful little candies, each with a touch of magic. The flavor of each candy is a surprise. Be careful, some creatures find them literally irresistible. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Sounds like Turkish Delights to me. Anyway.
You're not wrong.
I have a question.
Yes.
In order for the... Okay. Theoretically, this tent is deployed,
Mm-hmm.
Foomp.
and somebody switches the flip,
Yes.
and the tent comes in. What if there is a living being inside of the tent, and it gets slurped into the can also? Is that person dead?
I feel
Or
like it wouldn't
is
work.
it
I feel like it
turd
would be like when you try to collapse
Wisconsin?
a tent and someone's under it already, and it just gets like suctioned around them and they can't move.
That's hilarious. I was going to offer the rules lawyer thought that it says that it says very specifically that the tent gets sucked into the can. So just the tent gets teleported into the can.
So whatever's inside of it would just get booted.
Yeah. Well, or just be left there, honestly.
We are doing
does say-
teleportation
It
magic.
does say a switch on the side of the tin teleports the tent back inside and closes the lid, so it might just be that it just magically, you're just outside, all your stuff is
Yeah, it's
outside with the
teleportation
tents
magic
back in
at
the
that
tin.
point.
Because it does say
Okay.
teleport.
But either way, my tank can fit everybody.
Yeah, so we
And
don't
our
need to go
horses
find
if we
another
want.
one. Because I was like, wait. Because a lot of the moves will be like, oh, it'll fit a party of 6. Because the system is technically set up to be like up to 6 players. I know in our main campaign we have 7. But we love all of our players. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you
And our
don't.
NPCs.
You can fit everybody in that one little tent.
But I feel like this happened. But I feel like as we're like going up the stairs, he's reviewing the item. He goes, "Oh, guys, wait, we're set." Like we're halfway up to talk to the boss, to the boss.
I still not snuggle.
Your loss. Honestly, I'm soft. I'm so soft.
You do
I'm
look
soft,
soft
too.
You make good yarn. With your curly hair.
Oh,
Hmm.
I mean,
That's a wiggle.
Amazing.
Oh.
Hello, Vinny. And the boss waves back.
What's his name? Just with his brain to pockets, like.
You don't know his name. He runs guild. You are part of guild. You should know boss name.
Yes.
Vinny
Yeah, I totally
Wolfist.
knew his name.
His name Vinny.
Totally knew his name. I didn't know there was a shortened version he preferred.
No speak. His name Vinny Molfist. Can you say back?
Vinny Molfist.
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 There you go. Like you smash with Mol.
Oh, like M-A-U-L. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, accent gets
Yeah, that
always easier to write.
Is it fist? Is it fist with a T or no T at
Fist
the end
with
of it?
T.
Fist with Molfist. Ah, ooh, okay.
Vincent
Nice.
Molfist.
Oh,
But he go by Vinny.
I was absolutely expecting Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
That is my
That would
born and raised in New Jersey showing.
That is mouthful of names. But no,
Archie's
Vinny
cheeks
Molfist,
are just
but he mostly just Vinny to most people here.
Archie's cheeks are just pink with the name Vincent because that is a manly name to him. You know? Goodness.
I think it was more of a case of gay panic.
Don't be broadcasting my shit to the public pockets.
We've already been through this.
Cool. So we good to go, or
Yeah, I think we
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're all set.
So.
Yes, I think we're all set. Let's go get us some horses and start trekking out to the relocation area, which we have marked on a map somewhere, right?
Yes.
Ronan has it.
Ronan has it.
Ronan opens up his book, and I don't. Can you share quests?
You could circle
Like,
it
is
on
it like a-
every base map.
Is it like a boop where we just smush our cell
actually,
phones
do
together
you
and then
have-
get each other's contact info?
Do you have the slip of paper?
I do have the slip of paper.
Pass it
I'll
around, and
pass it
everybody
around.
would have it in their journal as a quest that they are a part of. As well as the dragon one, which I believe actually you gave that piece of paper back to Vinny.
We'd have to get the new one off the board, I think.
Yeah. So
Wouldn't we?
you want to go grab that before somebody else does?
Yeah, I'll get it.
It's
Hurry
still
on
there.
over. Running as manly as possible. Full.
So the slip of paper is up there, and it previously had read, identify the issue at such and such farm. And I gotta find my note. Come back, menu.
Yeah, because our whole argument was the wording did not say take care of it; it said investigate it.
Yeah, but I'll say as you guys head out, you get your horses. I assume you get Reginald as per before.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Does anybody want to switch horses?
No, I'm sticking with Hidalgo.
I like My Little Pony. My Little Pony.
Yeah, no, I mean it's still the prettiest one there. So
My lad.
All right. Well, then you guys head on out. Mariska's horse thinks he's okay. Pretty chill. He rolled a 15. He's good to go. Your other friend rolled a natural 20. You think that this person has been besties with this horse for forever. By the way, you
What
can
Oh,
was
tell
they're
that other person's
they're
name.
a
People
horse
that
girl.
tell you about my
But they are
best friend.
sticking close by Ronan.
There's actually going to be a "Hi, I'm Ronan" moment on the ride. And just do introductions because it will eventually dawn on him that he does not know their name.
Yeah, why'd you pick Ronan?
Well, I mean, it just sounds awesome. Feels like a book character. I like a lot of, fictional characters and things like that, and literary kind of rooted.
Okay.
So I
What's
just
your
kind of
favorite
had that
book?
vibe. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
I really like all those lords and rings.
Yeah.
Wow.
This person's looking
Hey,
at you and takes a minute and says, "I'm Harper, by the way."
hi Harper. It's nice to meet you. This is Mareska and Archibald and Pockets and Buttermilk.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
I'm Archie.
Hello,
Nice to meet
How
all
you
of you.
doing, sugar?
Thanks for
official.
hiring me, I guess.
Thank you for agreeing to this job.
Oh,
And for being the one to come up with a very clever exit strategy, because I was not there with it.
We were, yeah.
I play a lot of tactical games in my other gaming escapades.
A word. It shows. I'm more of a cozy gamer, so that clearly shows. I think.
Yeah. I'm more of a visual novelist. Wait, no. Visual novel player? Yeah.
I'm big on the games where like you have the option to like fully stealth through the game, or you have the option to commit mass carnage, and there's almost no in between. You either do one or the other.
Yeah. There was this one game that I played a lot as a teen, which was Metal Gear Solid. That was the only game
Oh yeah,
I ever completed in my life, because everything else was daunting.
the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. Obviously, like people like a bunch of different things, but I always like trying to figure out the best way to stealth through a scenario. So
Oh, for sure.
not
For
get
sure.
murdered, if possible. Get all those achievements.
Not murder is very nice.
Chivo hunting's always fun. But yeah, so hi Harper, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Harper.
Mariska
Howdy,
is
sugar.
ignoring her for the crochet comment.
Aww.
Do you guys start any other threads of conversation as you head there, or do you just head straight there?
Oh yeah, like ask Mareska like what kind of games do they usually play? Like they tend to lean towards stuff with a very like complex magic system, or like more are they more RPG, or are they more like games they usually play?
I mostly play things with
Say that
swords.
one more time.
I like games with swords in them,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not limited to that. They play other things too.
Like, do you like combat heavy games typically, or
It
more
doesn't
like
have
story
to
heavy?
be. I just like the genre of games with, fantasy elements in it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
this was
valid.
right up my alley. When they said tickets, I said yes.
Oh, for sure.
Plus,
Or-
I always like games with the music in it, so I can do covers of any popular songs for content.
Exactly. You gotta keep an eye out for that.
I've not found much music here, unfortunately, but we will figure it out.
No, not really.
I also
I think it's
joined
AI
Monster
generated.
Hunter Guild, which not necessarily most musical place in city. So that might
Valid.
be my own fault, but it is vacation. I here on free pass, so
Oh, nice. I got remember when I said I do like YouTube content mainly? I'm not a great streamer because I don't know if you've noticed off the cuff, I can get nervous really, really fast. I like having that control of being able to edit. I don't know what that says about me. Probably nothing good. But
Oh, don't
mainly
sell
like
yourself short, sugar.
but like mainly like stuff I can edit and semi-educational stuff. So usually anything with a lot of good like monsters in it, like not even necessarily like monsters that you fight, but just critters. Like there was one game I played that was literally running a farm of like magical creatures, like dragons, centaurs,
So you know much about
manticores, all that
dragons.
stuff.
You have you seen this kind of dragon in other things?
No, actually, this is not one I'm familiar with, and I'm familiar with quite a few. I actually have a whole playlist of videos on my channel that's like all different dragon lore from around the world. It's my most popular content. But this isn't one I'm familiar with.
What's your channel's name?
Smalls did not think that far ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. But you can just say, oh, they tell them, and like move on from there. You can come up with it later.
Yeah. Insert TBD. TB Joseph Robotic TBD.
Insert channel name here.
Oh, it's insert channel name here.
Oh, you know, I've seen some of those videos. You get going on YouTube, and eventually it'll wind you around to like similar topics. I think I've seen your videos before.
Oh really? Oh really? I haven't brought it up to anybody else because I don't know. I feel weird.
I mean, like video game lore. It comes up because I'm a streamer, so.
Oh, nice. What do you usually stream?
Mostly video games, but occasionally other stuff too. Depends on the event.
Nice. I wish I had the confidence for streaming, but I'm not there yet.
I mean, you could always do, because I think in your videos there's no face, or you use like a little avatar, right?
Yeah. I think the technical term would be like PNG tuber.
Yeah, you could always do. I think it's called VTubing, where you use a little avatar that like mirrors your movements and stuff like that, which isn't too dissimilar from
I'd love to.
But
I'd love to, but I'd want to pay an artist what they deserve for all that work and all that rigging and the design. I was thinking about saving up for it, but then just life happens.
Oh, okay,
and
I get that.
Something
So
or another.
anyway,
that.
You were telling Mariska does not respond. You were telling him about the dragon. What does it look like?
Oh, so it was really tall, and it had. And please correct me if any of this information is going off. My brain's rotted at the moment. It had scales, but it also had feathers. And did it have a beak? I feel like it did.
It had teeth.
It had teeth. Hayes is correct.
It had teeth. I don't think it had wings though.
Okay, so kind of like a feathered dinosaur then.
Kind of, yeah. Like at first with the like neck and the tail, I thought it might have been more in the feathered serpent, which I do know a little bit of. A little, still learning every day, but then it had the teeth. It had like more of a muzzle than a beak. And I was thrown off. And also it has owl-like abilities because it moves so quietly. We didn't even hear it, and it snatched a cow literally almost right from under us.
Mm.
The only way we even realized it is because Ronan was paying enough attention to realize one had gone missing.
Well, you gotta pay attention to some things, right? And she winks at Ronan. Or they wink at Ronan, excuse me. Blah.
Yeah, I was busy being a fish, searching the pond for remains.
Oh, that must have been weird.
That was a little bit.
How was breathing?
Never been a fish. It was pretty fine. There's this constant feeling of motion almost against where you think your neck would be in your regular body. It's like a little just as the water passes over it. But then once I jumped out of the water, it was awful. because suddenly I was suffocating, and then I had to turn into this again.
Yeah, that sounds really weird. I don't think that would be my cup of tea, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's the whole reason I picked Naturalist was honestly to be able to turn into different animals with this one ability. That I will totally remember once I have it pulled up again, like a smart person.
Can Pockets make a quick history check?
Yeah. What are
Because
you looking
my
for?
first thought, well, they're trying to remember if there were wings or if their forelimbs were the wings. Like if this was a Wyvern situation.
I'm not sure if you saw. You mostly just saw head and neck.
Right.
And
Because
your
I
claws
had
broke.
back and then neck, yeah. Okay. So I don't really remember wings being attached to said back, right?
It was covered in feathers. You know that there were feathers there. Kind of scraggly because it was a baby, but feathers coming in
Right.
like kind of like down. But past that, you didn't get much anatomy wise. I believe you did see that there was a tail.
Right. And big eyes. Kind of focused on the eyes there for a minute. Okay.
Well, it definitely makes sense for the for it having like bird and owl traits too, because owls have big fucking eyes.
As you travel, you do eventually come to the lake and the campsite. There is a it's a medium-sized lake. It's kind of like a little pond that you'd find kind of outside of like a subdivision or something. It's not massive, but it is very quiet here. There's nobody around. There don't seem to be any campers today, to their benefit. But you are wary of the pond, given that you have that little piece of paper that says something's in the pond.
Gonna swivel those big old horse ears around, and be like,
What does your
"That's eerie."
Guide.
Hmm?
Is there any like plants or flora nearby? Like
Yeah,
where we
absolutely.
would set up camp?
Absolutely there is.
Perfect.
It's a little bit back from the lake, obviously, because usually lakes don't. The trees sometimes go right up to the lake, and sometimes there's a little bit of a clearing. There's a little bit of a clearing where obviously campers have set up before, and then there's trees past that, further away from the lake.
Okay. So, do we want to set up camp?
I can at least get the tent up.
Yeah, let's see the tent.
Why don't you go ahead and do that? And while you're doing that, I'm gonna cast Shroud, which I'm not gonna do it my accent. I'm gonna expend 3 AP, and I entreat nearby flora to provide the party with protection while camping in the wilderness.
Oh yeah.
Shrubs and thorny vines will emerge around the campsite to provide concealment. The shroud lasts until you leave the camp. The shroud conceals the light from a small campfire. If hostile creatures advance on the party's campsite, the trees will rustle and howl to provide 5 minutes of early warning. Creatures can pass through the shroud, but they are hit with 1 HP if they push through. When we regroup inside of the shroud, the party gains the benefit of a rest.
Okay. Very cool.
Support that wholeheartedly.
So Smalls, Archie flips the switch on his Brell's tent in a tin, and it kind of expands, kind of like a bouncy castle, and eventually settles down on its own. It is a fairly large tent. It definitely takes up a great deal of space here, but it fits within the shroud that Buttermilk has created in the meantime. Buttermilk, you see the vines and the trees kind of like press their branches in closer. The vines kind of curl up taller. You definitely feel protected and enclosed in this space so that there's no concern of maybe something coming out of the lake to come mess with you. And knowing that there's some comfort in having that protection that it will tell you if something's coming.
Just give her a high five.
She reaches up her high. Buttermilk's very, very short. She's under 5 feet. She's very tiny.
I am 6 foot tall. I'm bending
Yeah,
over to get
full,
this
just hand straight up in the air. It was like
The highest of fives.
the highest of fives that she can.
And I will say that because the tent is so big, the shroud kind of like makes an extra dome over the dome that is this 30-person tent. So it's like a dome.
Oh, shelter.
It's like stacking bowls, except you're in between two of the bowls.
Love it.
And you do still have
Love
room
it.
enough to make a campfire if you should like to.
There's a hill in the middle of the clearing.
Buttermilk's gonna make a fire.
It's a burial mound, Pockets. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Expecting this mission to go well. What are you talking about?
Mariska leans over to Buttermilk and says, "Have you ever tried to knit with vines?
Oh yeah.
You have lots of
Oh,
vines
absolutely.
Here. You could try
You
something
can
with
soak. You can soak the vines in a solution that gives them a little bit of a softness to them, makes them a little more pliable. Vines are great to crochet with
that.
and knit with too. You can do all sorts of little. My mama used to braid them together and make straps to hold for her baskets. Just a little solution of a watered down vinegar breaks them down a little bit, makes them nice and soft, and makes them all pliable.
I will keep this in mind. Thank you."
You're welcome.
And Mariska heads into the tent to, I guess, get his stuff set out.
I think Archie's gonna do the same thing, just like get himself a nice little area to sleep in. So I think while he's like moving stuff around, like that vest and his like bandolier of pockets come off, just to be out of the way. So it's like
Kerchunk.
so many rocks.
Just make like a little pillow out of them, like scrape them all together.
Yeah. What is Ronan
Rock
doing?
pillow.
He's gonna do the same setup. Oh, excuse me. Set up his little corner, like undo his bedroll, and probably rummage around in his bag for snacks. Pull out a bag of trail mix. Very pointedly not look at the bag while he's eating them so he doesn't eat just the chocolate pieces.
Give me a roll really quick.
How many cranberries
10?
are in that handful?
Ronan does not notice as Harper quietly starts sneaking pieces of chocolate out of his trail mix.
Fantastic. Love it. Love that.
But yeah,
There
I guess all of you get set up for the night. Buttermilk, are you gonna cook them a dish with your skills?
I will cook them a dish.
Whoa. Are you gonna cook a dish for us?
Yes, I'm gonna cook you something.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
'Cause
cook
that-
you.
that could have gone.
Something.
I'm just saying.
Punctuation's important.
I'm just
I'm not a cannibal.
eats, comma, shoots, comma, and leaves.
Harper
So,
leans
yes,
over to Buttermilk a little bit and is like, "Well, if you ever wanted to try to be a cannibal, I mean, you're not gonna get arrested for trying it here." Just saying.
That's
It's more polite suggestion than a law.
I'm gonna make a roll to see if what I need to roll for something at the
Okay.
moment.
what willpower.
Yeah, that was a 2. Y'all definitely see a twinkle in like Buttermilk's eyes as they're talking about like cooking people and trying cannibalism.
To serve man.
She's
Covers
just
his
got a
chest,
moment
like,
where she's
uh-uh.
just like, okay, like you tell by the look on her face that this is a thought that has crossed her mind before, but she is desperately trying to like pretend and show that she's not interested in being a cannibal and is currently failing miserably at it.
Archie's just covering his chest like a damsel, like I need to put my shirt back on.
But y'all also do see, like, as she pulls off her pack, and then she pulls off the cast iron skillet and just sets it on top of the fire, and starts pulling like things out of her bag, like a flask of oil to put in there, and starts like just putting in like rations and stuff, and just making this big meal in this big cast iron skillet that she has had strapped to her back all day.
Heck yeah. And I think Mariska and Harper throw in a couple of things that they have in their pack just to contribute.
Archie would then feel bad that he's not contributing anything, and he'd actually go outside the tent to try and see if he could, like, forage something to contribute. I remember the fable. I'm not chancing that. You don't help, you don't eat.
Right. And Pockets wants to explore the area of the pond. Not like be up against it or anything, just to, watch the water, I think. At various angles.
I'm not sure how well you can see the water, but give me a quick roll all the same.
Okay.
Roll it with disadvantage for me because of the shroud.
Seven.
Yeah, you don't see any real change in the pond. You do, again, it's just really quiet. Like, there's not even bird sounds around. There's some bugs, but, like, you really don't hear much that you would expect to hear nature sound-wise. It's very... It's like the area is afraid of something.
Well, that's definitely unnerving for a campsite. Yeah,
We're
okay.
protected.
Well, yeah. So Pockets is going to listen to their gut and come back to the tent.
And again, you are
Curiosity
soundproofed
is-
inside of the tent, so, no concerns there.
Oh, good. So it's dead quiet out there. Didn't even hear birds or even the crickets are quiet. Which is never a good sign, at least according to the movies I've seen.
I'm still outside. I can't interact here.
Mariska's knitting. He's not a nature person. He can't really help.
So, what should we do?
I also didn't see much. So, but it's also because I didn't interact with the pond either. So I think if we do try to engage in whatever is in that lake, we'd have to pull a Pippin and throw something into the lake to get its attention.
You want to get attention of monster and lake. On purpose. I thought we were dealing with dragon. Dragon deal with monster.
Well, I mean, if it's fair. I mean, I just think it would be a shame that we relocate the thing up here and then it gets killed by the lake monster. That would be like all of our effort went away to nothing. But maybe that's me being paranoid. I don't know.
I mean, you want to kick the nest?
I'm not sure how wise that is because of how it's like disturbingly quiet outside. like it's creepy.
Okay,
Ronan's gonna go outside.
Yeah, Harper's gonna keep talking to you and just say, look, we've got two options the way I see it. It's leave it alone, or mess with it and try and figure out what it is. There's not really any in between.
Yeah. So, I'd rather us come to a vote on that. I think.
I say we kick it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We respawn? Could be that bad.
Well, I mean, I guess not. It's just. I mean, you are right. This is a game essentially. I mean, there's no way death is real in this game, right?
I mean, I've died twice, so no, it's not
Oh,
as real as you would
oh.
think.
What's it like?
It hurts. Especially depending on how you do it. Like, you know, don't recommend it. It doesn't feel great, but like you pop back up in a nearby safe location, a little disoriented. You have to go back and get your stuff.
Okay, so it's not.
I didn't think
How
it was that
painful
bad,
are we talking?
Kidney stone. You ever had a kidney stone? It's pretty bad. But
No.
I mean, it's depending on what you do. Again, you know, it's over pretty quick, depending. It just
Dare I
hurts in the
ask
short
what
term.
killed you?
So the first one, I fell off of a horse the wrong way after fighting something else, and I didn't have a lot of health left, and it was just enough to knock me out. It was great.
Oh.
The second time, I did get in the fight with the crocodile and lost.
Not a crocodile man. It was just
No,
croc.
crocodile man. Don't fight a 9-foot tall crocodile man.
Balthy, no.
No, it wasn't Balthy.
Balthy, yes! Balthy, get it!
I'm just saying, drowning hurt less than the horse, because I definitely landed on a rock. Ooh.
Damn. Okay, noted. Okay, I'm gonna check on Ronan. I'm gonna mull that over. Discuss
Sure. Hey,
amongst
Marissa,
yourselves if you
want
can.
to figure out what's in the lake? No, I do not want to figure out what's in the lake. I want to bring dragon here. Dragon deal with problem. So you got one for and one against.
Y'all dinner's ready. Y'all come get it.
I didn't find anything yet. Can I roll something to like scramble and see if I find just some like fucking wild berries or some shit? I've been out there this whole time.
I
had no
think,
say in the fucking.
I think some of the berries that you find, especially on the vines that have been brought up around the shroud, would have maybe some edible ones that you can pick out. Or you hope they're edible at the very least, based on what you know of edible plants.
That's not great.
Give me a roll real quick.
Oh boy.
No.
A survival check.
You know what?
Let's
Give
go.
me a roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because,
Oh,
and
shit.
here's my rationale, you are a naturalist, and Buttermilk is a ranger who specializes in food. I feel like it would give you a boost, as it were.
By rights, our powers combined should. So the higher of those two was a 13, the lower was a 6.
Okay, you successfully locate some edible berries. There's not a ton of them, but you do find some.
Like, oh, I contributed to the pot. I get to eat. And Herb comes back inside with them real fast. Hey, I found something. Or not the.
sugar. Well,
No,
throw them in
no.
the pot.
You
Throw
know,
them in
she's
the
like,
pot.
you see him go, wait, no, hold on a second. I gotta redo that. He goes back outside of the tent, comes back in, full Damien Haas Lighthouse. What's up? And then he puts them in the pot.
Ronan absolutely just watches Archibald walk by him in, walk by him out, and walk by him back in without saying a word.
This kid must have a method.
Bless your heart, sugar.
That's two.
For those of you tagging in, Smalls is keeping track of how many Bless Your Hearts we have in this campaign. That's so far 2 this session. I believe that's 2 total. This
2 total.
2 total.
And they're both mine!
I feel like that's gonna be Ronan's new nickname. Ronan, bless your heart. What's Ronan's last name?
Silverlance.
Silverlance, there we go. Bless your heart, Silverlance.
She toss it. You see her toss in the rest of it, and then she sets it down. She goes, "Now this is what my grandpappy always called hobo stew, but I just like to call it everything but the kitchen sink. So y'all dig in."
Oh, like kitchen sink cookies?
Something like that.
Similar principle?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you chew cookies, and usually soup is a little more brothy, but yeah. Harper,
The tent is soundproof. Ronan is still outside.
the
Oh!
fire pit is also outside, just for the record.
Oh, okay.
But the shroud also, I believe, when you read it off, said that there was some sound suppression as well.
Ronan, you gotta come eat too!
I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone was saying it was weird out here, so I came out here to see if it was weird.
Oh, buddy,
like-
don't go by yourself. Come on.
Well, it was like
fully takes his
quiet.
bowl out.
It was like quiet and stuff, and it was weird. It was weirding Pockets out, so I figured I'd just see what was up.
Standing outside,
Don't
bowl still
worry.
in hand, just
Harper kind of throws an arm around Ronan's shoulders and says, "Don't worry, you can cuddle up with me. I'll keep you safe."
fine.
Thank you. No, I was... Because there's a thing in the pond, so we should check and see.
Oh, are you on
Pockets.
team kick the nest, or are you on team don't touch it?
Kick the
I don't know, I
nest?
think...
Like a bee's nest?
Like...
You kick it, you make them come out?
I'm on
I would
team...
too.
I'm on team... maybe we can see things before we just go charging into a situation and wind up making it not viable for our original plan?
I don't know.
Ronan gets it.
Your friend was concerned about bringing a dragon here. You guys do what you
Well,
want.
I mean, look, you don't just go, like, we don't know what it is, and just going into a situation where there could be, like, a gear bonus, or, like, you know, like, buffs that work better in certain situations than not. Like, you know, I'm just trying to see what the like, if there's any environmental bonuses or anything. Like, you know, it's also my first time playing this game, so just trying to figure it out.
Well, you guys let me know what you want to do. I'll go along with it. And she takes a big scoop of the kitchen sink soup, or stew, or whatever it classifies as stew, and goes and sits down.
Archibald looks at.
We lost
Oh no,
Hayes.
Hayes, where'd you go?
I'm here. It's just my camera's off for a minute.
Oh, okay. Archie's gonna look at Ronan and be like, "I'm not for disturbing something in its natural environment. It's different. If another
like-
apex predator does it, but
And like Pockets was having feels because what if it's not safe to bring the dragon here? It's just a baby. But I mean, I don't know.
Like it. I mean, I guess I get those feelings, and like I get the feelings, but also at what point, like, it's just two apex predators, like, basically beefing over turf after a certain point. It's just a baby, though. But even as a baby, it was like very quietly snapping the neck of cattle.
I mean, I guess that's a fair point.
Sounds to me like y'all trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Also, I haven't
I
fully eaten this food yet.
I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just trying to see if there were any clues in our like environment that might tell us what's going on with this thing. Because the questions up
Well,
on the board, there wasn't any like additional information, so I guess no one's investigated it yet. So just like taking a look around. That's it. That's all I was
sure.
doing.
I mean, that's very reasonable. It's dark right now. I think if once it's daylight out, I can look around and find something. That's what I do.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if it's nocturnal, then like being able to like see what it's doing in the nighttime, like if we hear anything or smell anything, or like if there's definite things that are happening now, but like Pockets was weirded out, so I just wanted to make sure that they weren't picking up on a thing that like we didn't see. Like, I didn't want to be the reason that the viewers at home were yelling at their screen during the horror movie.
I
I
mean,
have a
yeah,
suggestion
that's a
for
good
at
point.
least. I have a suggestion for at least through the night, and probably what we were gonna do anyway. But why don't we do like a watch rotation? So if it is nocturnal and comes out in the night, someone will be awake for it and can wake everybody else up.
Yeah, I mean I'm here for that. I just, like I said, I hadn't been outside since we set up the tent. So I was just coming outside to get like a base reading to see what was up. Like Pockets was having feels. I didn't. Nobody should be uncomfortable. Like, it's a game. We're playing to have fun. If it's not fun or thrilling or whatever situation you're looking to experience, then why do it?
Pockets, I missed what you said about it. What did you feel?
Well, I mean, it. Okay, so because I'm a little bit of a masochist, I watch horror movies a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, usually when the outside is like super quiet, like no birds, and even the insects are muted,
Mm-hmm.
that means something evil is here, or that's when the guy in a hockey mask and a machete comes out of the lake.
I was thinking more that's where the headless horseman comes from, but I get your vibe.
Yeah. Um
No, that's
so
Christopher Walken.
Whole different monster. Whole different monster.
I mean, sugar, I understand what you're coming from, but take it from me in a hunting situation, if it's quiet, it means whatever's there is just bigger than everything else around. Doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. Just means it's the bigger fish or the bigger tiger, if you want to look at it that way. Kind of a top of the food chain situation. So I mean, I
yeah.
don't mind looking to see if I can figure out if what's out here scaring the animals. But
I
I
mean,
wouldn't necessarily think it's evil. I just think it's just bigger than the rest of the critters around here.
I don't think I've done a couple of I've done a couple of stints of research on lake monsters, but I don't know if that pond out there is big enough to inhabit one. Not that would be big enough to have this much of an
Maybe it
impact
is
on the
not lake
environment, at
monster.
least.
Maybe it is mountain monster. We are in mountains. Maybe it's specific to area.
Mm.
Like a Yeti?
I don't think Yeti breathe water, but it's possible.
Like an
Archie
aquatic yeti? A croc yeti.
Oh, sugar.
That would
Croc
be
squatch!
Croc Squatch!
Buttermilk is just staring at
looks
him.
absolutely just thrilled. Thinks this is the fucking best.
Oh, bless
Well,
your
my
heart.
You're
That's 3.
changing info. I mean, I swear. Oh,
Harper, by the way, has finished everything. While you guys have been chatting and stuff, Harper has scoffed down this food. To the point that you're not sure how much they tasted before it made it all the way down their throat.
Archie is also just scanning his memory banks for, like, aquatic mountain monsters that they might have come across in just producing content.
my bet's on Frogman. Hobo stew, right?
Frogman isn't necessarily such a large predator that it would scare off other smaller animals.
No, but Slip of
maybe.
Paper said that it was bothering campers. It was not necessarily apex predator. Correct?
Well, the context clues tell me apex predator because there's no birds, there's no small animals, there's no bugs, there's no nothing.
True.
And even Buttermilk said that usually means like that whatever is in there is just bigger.
Yeah.
More scary, more dangerous. It might even be a turf thing. I don't. This place has dragons. It might have something else too, like even weirder.
Hey, this place could have cryptids.
If I see a fucking Fresno Nightwalker, I'm going to run away. They scare me so much.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a treat?
They're so scary. How was no one afraid of those things?
I mean, valid.
Archie's deathly afraid of Fresno Nightwalkers.
Good to know.
He just decided that now. Enjoy. Can I make a like knowledge check or something to like?
What are you looking for?
Just anything that this kind of meets the criteria of, like it's in the mountains, it's in a small lake, like it's scaring away smaller creatures. Anything that kind of lines up with that criteria.
I will allow you to roll with disadvantage.
Okay. I will look up that.
Because the dragon with feathers threw you off. Yeah, you're like, I mean, it's got to be something, but I just can't put my finger on it. But again, you ran into the issue with the dragon with the feathers, and you were like, I don't remember dragons with feathers.
Why did they talk to me? Like, why was I involved?
So yeah, you also have to recognize as well that the shroud is up, and that will stay shrouded until Buttermilk decides to leave the camp. So you have the cover of darkness, you have added protection, the shroud gives you a 5-minute heads up if anything is coming closer to you, and it will also damage anything that's coming to attack you, and you have the tent, which prevents any sound from getting out for any conversations you have within. So you are safe for the evening. You could hypothetically sleep for the night.
It has been a long trek. Archie's actually saying this out loud. Like, it has been a long trek. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking of hitting the hay. Maybe I'll have some ideas in the morning after some rest. Get all my AP back.
Maybe I'm a little anxious because I too haven't rested very well, so.
You also stared down that dragon when it, like, you and Ronan both stared that dragon down when it first showed up.
I'm a little rattled from that still. So, yeah. So, are you still offering cuddles?
Yes.
Cool. Cuddle pile on your end.
You want big spoon or small spoon?
Big spoon.
Get over here.
Neat. Get over here.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Harper goes in as well, as does Mariska. Mariska starts laying out a bedroll that absolutely has a knitted blanket in it. No
Because
offense or
that's-
buts. He has absolutely added to his knitting repertoire since he's gotten here almost immediately. Harper lays out a bedroll that is very thin and doesn't have a pillow, and uses their backpack as a pillow. And just lays on top of this very thin bedroll, no blanket, and goes to sleep almost immediately.
If they're comfy, they're comfy. But he's like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm too sensitive. I don't know. My hair's not getting in your mouth, is it?
Nah, you're good.
Sorry. Buttermilk
Fantastic.
just pulls out a pillow and a blanket and lays down on the ground. And like pulls the skillet real close to her body. And she
Did you
lays
sleep
down
inside
on
the
the
tent or outside the tent? Cause
inside the tent.
Okay.
I do go.
I know
inside.
you were talking about potentially sleeping outside on the ground. So,
She'll go inside the tent.
how about you,
Since
Ronan?
everybody else is there.
Ronan's gonna take his friend's advice. He's gonna. I think he's gonna sleep in his armor, which is not a terribly comfortable move, but it's better safe than sorry. Like, he doesn't want to get, surprised by stuff and have to grab everything and try to get it on in the middle of a fight. Excuse me. Yeah. And he's just gonna kind of curl up in his bedroll and zonk out.
Alright, well you guys all catch some Z's and refill all of your AP for the evening. And wake up nice and refreshed early in the morning.
At the crack of dawn.
Yeah. And that's where we will pick up next time on Monster
Hooray!
Hunters. Episode number 4.
And see.
And scene. Alright, well thank you guys for coming and playing and hanging out. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Tuesday. Bye.
Oh wait, I have to
Mwah.
actually close out of the thing.
Good night.
Yeah.